Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today we will talk about semester 4 assignments for the subject business ethics, governance and risk. And this is for June 2024 cycle, so that's a regular cycle, so all the students who are in the fourth SEM will get this subject. And one important thing that this subject is common in for all the specializations. So whatever your specialization, maybe IT, finance, or supply chain or international finance, marketing, for all the students this subject is the common one, and all the students needs to submit this particular assignment for their semester 4. So if I talk about this subject is more towards the understanding perspective. So you didn't get much of the answers from the book. It's not directly, you can just directly get the page references and you just write the answer into your assignments. You need to analyze, you need to google out, you need to refer to multiple contexts, and based on that you need to write your answers in your own language, right? Because it's clearly highlighted that you can't copy paste it directly from the internet. And another reason is, if you directly copy paste from internet, then surely you will get a copy case, or maybe you will get a 0 marks. So guys, in this video I'm sharing few of the references which I found from the book, and what content you need to write into this particular assignment I have clearly mentioned. Along with this, I have prepared one of the assignment which I am showing it to you just for your reference purpose, so that you will get an understanding that okay, how you need to write the answer for this particular question, and definitely that will be of great help to you, right? And guys, if you still need any help regarding the assignments, or maybe you need some help with respect to the exam, important MCQ questions, or the descriptive questions, feel free to reach out to me at ngasc.mb@gmail.com. I have shared the email ID at the end of this video. Moreover, you can just write your comments in your comment section, or you can just share your details. I will just connect to you. And parallelly, I am also sharing a drive link in the comment section that you can refer for some content that will surely be of your great help. Right, now quickly jumping to our assignment question. So before going to this question, so this is your I think you all have gone through this particular PDF, internal assignment applicable for June 2024 cycle, and it's clearly mentioned that this is application based, so you need to apply which you have learned in the subject into the real life scenario, right? You will find most of the information from internet and from your common sense. None of the questions or answers directly you will find from the textbook, or but based on certain concepts and content which is being mentioned in the certain chapters or the live sections, right? So it's clearly given a note over there. These are the three questions: first, second, third A and third B. Each question is of 10 marks. Third A, third B is of 5 marks. I think you are in the fourth SEM, so you have already given the 3 semester assignment. So I am not going in detail that what needs and what's the detail of each and every question. Let's directly jump to the question. So first question says, business should provide goods and services in the manner they are sustainable and safe. Prepare an executive summary in your own words to showcase how the company is delivering on the principle 2 of National Guidelines on Responsible Business Conduct from the Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report of a company of your choice. Choose any one listed company of NSE or BSE of the top 100 companies by the market capitalization. You must mention the name of the selected company and include the web link of the BRSR. You may also refer to the company website or sustainability report for additional information on its principle and its indicators. Right. So, firstly, we need to talk. Firstly, see I'm just splitting this question into multiple things. First, you need to prepare an executive summary. That is clear. Second thing is, we are talking about the principle 2 of NGRBC, right, which is National Guidelines on Responsible Business Conduct. Where you will get it? You will get it from the BSR report, or you can say BRSR report, Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report. In this, you can choose any company of your choice, but make sure it should come under the top 100 companies list on BSE NSE list, right? So it should be listed in the top 100, the Fortune 500, you can say the Fortune 100 companies of India, or maybe any company which should be listed, right? Additionally, make sure you need to specify the web link of the business responsibility and sustainability report which you are referring to, right? So question is pretty much clear. What if I talk about the page number, nothing is mentioned in the book, right? What we need to talk about, we need to talk about the details about the principle 2. Firstly, we need to talk about what's the detailed principle 2 talks about. Then we need to mention the executive summary as per the asked in the question. And last but not the least, we need to specify the web link which is being asked, right? Now, I think you will ask, say, boss, it's nothing you have highlighted. But guys, wait. I'm just providing you the complete answer. So if you see, this is the complete assignment, right? If you see, I have mentioned answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, everything which ideally should be mentioned in each or every question. If you see the word count, it is coming somewhere around 2600, right? So each question, like first question is around 900 words, second question is 900 words, third question is something around 350 to 400 words. So if I talk about overall, it's coming within my the word count, right? If I talk about the first answer, so I have written it, I'm just mentioning. So principle 2, firstly I'm just mentioning the what's the principle 2 of the NGRBC talks about, specifying, right? It talks about the respect for the human rights, non-discrimination, labor rights, supply chain responsibility, community engagement, access to the remedies, vulnerable reports. That I have highlighted what's the principle 2 all about. Then I'm just briefing about the executive summary. My favorite company is TCS, to be honest. Every time, every year, when I just prepare the assignments, I would love to highlight the data consultancy services, not because I worked earlier for that, but because that are more towards the it follows the conduct, it is more or less a ethical company, so that's why I prefer talking more about the TCS company. You can write any company, Infosys, Wipro, SBI, any company you can choose, right? I'm just mentioning about the executive summary. It's all details I have mentioned. I have just split it into the different blocks, so that it won't look like very blurred, or means it should be readable. The content should be something that a person can read easily, right? So I have just mentioned in the different paragraph. And last but not the least, very important, web link from where I just got this particular BRSR PDF file, right? Make sure you highlight the web link and your content should be in line with that web link, right? So make sure that is very important thing, because it's clearly being highlighted. You need to specify about the web link. So this is all we need to refer in the question number 1. I think question 1 is pretty much clear, and this, to be honest, this particular document will become a bible for you. You can get a lot of reference from this document, right? So I think I'm trying my best to help you guys. So definitely my help or my guidance would be a great support to you. Moving on to the second question. The second question talks about go through the corporate governance section in the annual report financial year 2022-23 of the company selected in question 1 and prepare an analytical write-up in your own words on its corporate governance philosophy, each board member's profile analysis in terms whether they're executive, non-executive or independent, their skill sets, competencies, the committees they are a part of in the company, and their other board positions outside this company. Conclude with your analysis about the contribution that these board members make to the fiduciary duty of care and diligence as the trustees of social wealth on the board of the listed company. You must go to the profiles as given on the company's website in investor section for additional relevant information. You may mention the name of the company and include the web link to its annual report. So make sure you are using the same company in question 1 and question 2. Don't use the different company. Maybe you are using TCS in question 1 and Infosys in question 2, or maybe Wipro in question 1 or SBI in the question 2. No. Make sure you are using that company. Obviously, it should be Fortune 100. Second thing, the report, the BSSR report, BRSR report, and the annual report should be readily available on the internet. So before proceeding with the question 1 and 2, make sure that these documents are available on the internet, right? So if I talk about the second question, we need to do a write-up, that is very important. Then we need to talk about the corporate governance, so we need to refer the annual report, that is important. Then we need to talk about the members profile, what are executive, non-executive, independent, their skill sets, and how they play an important role in the fiduciary duty of care, means as an ethical care, right? So you need to refer all these contexts again. Annual report will be the base of the company which you are choosing for. If I talk about the book refer to the page number 111 of the chapter number 5. So I'm just quickly going to the page number 111. Okay, sorry, I'm just going over here. Let me go to the page number 111. Okay, so this is the corporate governance. So I would recommend to just go to the corporate governance, although you won't get any information which can be written in this question, but it's important that you should have understanding about the corporate governance. So that's why I have just highlighted this particular point in this question. What content you need to write? We need to talk about the introduction, we need to talk about the governance policy, we need to talk about the skill set, board members, skill set details, their contribution, and do not forget to mention the web link as we discussed in the question number 1 as well, right? So let's quickly jump to the answer which I have written. So the first one is again TCS corporate governance policy. What it talks about: transparency, disclosure, ethical conduct, accountability, responsibility, board independence, oversight, risk management, stakeholder engagement, continuous improvement. So these are all the parts of it's their governance policy. So I'm just giving a brief. After that, what I have written, I have talking about the board members profile analysis. So I am talking that who are the executive members. They are basically CEOs, CFOs, COOs. Non-executive members, who are not directly involved in the day-to-day management. Non-executive independent directors, what are they about? Okay. Although I have not briefed the actual names, I have not highlighted the names, but I have given that, okay, if I talk about the profile analysis, what's the key role, what's their key day-to-day duty or the activity which they are doing within the organization. After that, I am talking about their skill sets. What are the key skill sets which they should possess? Industry knowledge, financial expertise, leadership, legal, strategic thinking, risk management, global perspective. One way is you can write it the generic skill sets. Second way is maybe you can just brief the skill set against each one of them. Like executive director has these particular skill sets, non-executive has these skill sets, but I just found these are common in most of the top stakeholders. So that's why I just put a common point over here. Then next is committees and other board positions. What are the other board positions? Like the auditing committee, nomination, remuneration committee, CSR committee, risk management, technology committee. These are the other committees. Then last but not the least, we are talking about, sorry, it's not the last, but it's the second last, the contribution to the fiduciary duty, where we are talking a brief about the role which the board members are playing in terms of the trustees of the social wealth. And lastly, about the web link, tcs.com, where you are getting the annual report of 2022 to 23, because it's clearly being asked in the question. We need to choose this particular financial year, not any other year, 23, 24, or maybe 2021, right? So make sure you are using the right context, mentioning the right context as been asked in the question. Moving to our third question, I think first and second question pretty much clear. Moving to the third question. You are a sales manager in a mid-size IT company selling IT hardware. The purchase manager for a large company agrees to give you an order of rupees 50 lakh, their first order with you, on the condition that you will agree to make a 50,000 donation to its favorite charity NGO that is supporting a local youth sports team being managed and trained by his wife. What according to you is the ethical dilemma in this situation? So guys, firstly you need to, okay, sorry, I'm not going, I directly jump to the second thing. So firstly understand what the question talks about. So question case study is about that it seems to be like we are bribing something, right? Because if you want to get a 50 lakh contract, then the person think, okay, paying 50,000 is not a big amount, right? But 50,000 is a donation, not directly putting in the pocket of that particular person. He has asked you to make a donation to his NGO who is supporting the local youth sports team. Understand? If the question is mentioning these things, then there should be some importance and relevance, right? Which is being trained by his wife, right? Now we need to talk what's the ethical dilemma comes in this situation. Okay, I think the question is clear. Firstly, you need to understand what's the ethical dilemma. So I have just referred to the page number 10 and 102. So quickly jumping to the, just quickly see, I'm not using much of your time. Just on go to the page number 10, ethical dilemma. It's being mentioned that what's ethical dilemma talks about. You can just get some of the questions which talks about the ethical dilemma, and after that goes to the ethics in finance and accounting, right? Because more bribery happens in that case only, right? So you can just refer to this particular content, right? Now what you need to write in this question, in this answer, brief about the ethical dilemma, highlight the ethical dilemmas as observed in the case study. So I'm just quickly referring to this answer. So firstly, I'm just mentioning that what the ethical dilemma talks about, that nothing is right or wrong, it's a mid situation, right? It's a decision making, right? Then second, what's the different ethical dilemmas? One is conflict of interest, second is bribery, third one is transparency and accountability, the fourth one is a fair competition, fifth one is social responsibility. So these are the 5 pointers which I observed as a part of the ethical dilemma, and after that I just briefed that okay, why it's being challenging, it's a conclusive step, right? So I have just highlighted, if you just want to see any, like in this situation, the purchase the purchase member's personal relationship with the charity involvement, ठीक है, it's a conflict of interest because his wife is directly involved, ठीक है. Decision should be based on this criteria, whatever the condition, quality, it doesn't matter. It's simply if you are giving 50,000, they are agreeing on that part, ठीक है, personal conflicts involved. Then bribery is, it's not a directly cash, but it resembles, as I mentioned, it seems to be like a bribery. Even it's a donation, but seems to be a type of business which you're doing. Transparency, lack of transparency, donation is not being disclosed. Fair competition, right? Because the personal connections comes into the picture. Business depends whether, it doesn't matter whether what's the quality of the products. So they are disclosing other businesses, right? Then next is social responsibility. We are talking about the local youth team, right? That's a better part. Sincerity of the company, social responsibility. Business is contributing directly towards the society instead of taking a bribe, right? So that's there's a few ethical dilemmas which we have observed in this question. Maybe every person a different thought. Maybe you can just come up with some different ethical dilemmas, right? Then last part comes the 3B, which is explain the stepwise process of how will you handle this situation. That's very important. Ethical dilemmas come, that's totally fine, but how you will handle this situation. Again, the answer is not being mentioned in the book. Mention the step-by-step process to handle the question, to handle the dilemma is being asked in the question, right? So I'm just directly going to the answer. So this is, I think, 7 or 8 steps which I mentioned. So the first one is assessing the situation. You need to assess the situation, that okay, who is the donor, what's the background all about. Then next is review the company policies, whether what's the company policies talks about the donations, because it should not go against the company policies. Then next is evaluate the ethical dilemma. You need to assess the overall criticality of the ethical dilemma, right? Obviously ethical dilemma happens, but it should not impact your official work or your professional career. Make sure that the impact should be restricted and limited to that project only, and it should not give a negative impact, right? Then next is considering the alternative options, right? What will be the alternative option if you won't be agreeing on this. Then seeking guidance if necessary. Just missed to bold out. Okay. Seeking guidance, you can take help from the person or maybe within the organization, the ethical committee, some team, some HR or some compliance team over there. Then communicate transparently, mention everything on a crystal clear, don't hide anything. Document the decision, that's very important, because if you document, then you have something in writing that this thing has happened in the past. Last but not the least, about the monitor and evaluate how the situation will go. So these are the different steps which normally a person follows while facing any dilemma. So in this case, maybe you can just write a generic one, but maybe I would recommend to refer to highlight it move it towards referring this particular question case study. So I think these are all the three questions, and I tried my best to figure out the answers and bring it in front of you, and hope that will be helpful for you. Still, if you face any doubts, any challenge, you are feel free to connect to me at ngasc.mb@gmail.com. You can put it in the comment section if you like this video, and please do like, to comment and share your valuable thoughts for this video, so that it will encourage me to prepare some other videos. And surely you will find me in my next video for other subject assignments. So stay tuned, stay connected, and have a great day. Thanks. Bye bye.